Hello, how are you? I'm Kayla. I think this is Flosstube 15, although the correct number will be, you know, in the title. Whew, that was a rough start. How are you? I'm so happy you're here. Okay, so it's been another 3 weeks, so now I should be back on schedule and can start posting every 2 weeks again, hopefully. But I'm back. So glad you're here. I know that there are so many other options, so thanks for being here. Okay, where am I gonna start? I feel like I have a lot to update you guys on, but maybe not that much, but it feels like a lot to me. So my last video I mentioned we were going to be going away to New York for a long weekend, me and the kids. Excuse me. And we did. We went to upstate New York. That's where my dad and stepmom have purchased like a cottage, you know, like a little house on a I think it's technically a pond, but it's right by Lake Ontario. But it's like the pond that runs into Lake Ontario. So it's about a 4.5 to 5 hour drive. And yeah, it was a good time. It was nice to see the place finally and kind of get somewhat familiar with the area. I don't know. It was nice. It was nice to spend time with my dad and stepmom and stepbrother and my sister-in-law. That was a lot of fun. So I'm glad we went. While we were there, we went also to the Oswego Children's Museum one of the days, which was a lot of fun for the kids. And we got barbecue one night, which was fun. I got a brisket and blue cheese salad, which was super delicious. Highly recommended. And then the following night we went to a different restaurant, which was cool. I mean, we didn't do much. We did look at pontoon boats, because that's a big thing up there, pontoon boats for the pond. So my dad and stepmom, I think actually, yeah, they purchased one. So that was cool. We got to go in like the boat yard and climb over all these other boats to go see the one they were looking at. So that was a bit of an adventure. Anyway, yeah, but you know, I was glad to be home too, but it was nice. So yeah, Amy and I got our hair cut. That's new. Amy was funny because I had been thinking about getting my hair cut because I've been losing a lot of hair recently, like pre-haircut especially. So I was like, oh, I should probably get my hair cut, you know, help with it looking flat and maybe I won't lose so much now and all that. Anyway, so I had been thinking about getting my hair cut, and then Amy all of a sudden was like, I want to get my hair cut. So I made an appointment for each of us, just at hair cuttery, nowhere crazy. And I said to Amy, oh, Amy, you have to figure out, you know, what you want for your hair before we get there. And she goes, okay, well, I don't know if you've ever heard of a chopped bob, Mom. And I was like, actually, yes, I do, because that's exactly what I was going to ask for. And she's like, oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew of it because I found out on YouTube. And I was like, oh, okay. So we ended up getting very similar haircuts. Hers is a little bit longer than mine, but yeah, I'm not going to waffle on about my hair, but I just thought it was funny that we ended up asking for the same thing. And most exciting out of everything, a lot of stuff has been going on. I mean, we just got a new driveway finally put in. That was in our 5-year plan when we bought this house. It's been 12 years, so naturally it's time, right? And we just got our fence fixed. That needed to be done since March because we had a big storm and like the post snapped. Anyway, it's something I've been worrying about, so it's like so glad that it's over with, you know, and done. Oh, my stepson has prom tonight. His school combines junior and senior prom, which I thought was a little bit strange. If I was a senior, I maybe would have been annoyed about that, but I guess if that's what they normally do, it's not. But anyway, he's going to prom tonight, so my husband is right now outside cleaning his car extra because he's going to drive them. And anyway, so the most exciting thing that happened in the past few weeks is we got chickens. I was so happy. I've wanted chickens for like 10 years. Not even kidding, probably 10 years. And I mean, where we live, it's a suburban area. We have about 1/3 of an acre, which isn't very much, but it's enough to have chickens, right? But my husband was never on board, and I never wanted to like do the, oh, do it and then apologize later type of thing. That's not my jam, because that can breed resentment and whatever else. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted his blessing. I keep looking out the window at him. But anyway, so he finally was like, yeah, okay, we can get chickens, which was really exciting. My friend, one of my friends in person actually had just gotten chickens, and I was so excited for it. I was like, oh, hon, can we just go to Tractor Supply and look at the chicks? You know, that was it. And he was like, oh yeah, just look at them. Sure. And I was like, I'm not going to get them unless you say I can get them. Why can I get them? And anyway, we're there looking at the chicks, which are adorable. And there was like a bunch at that time. And yeah, he basically was like, I mean, we're here, you just do it. So I actually started crying. I couldn't even help myself. I was so excited. Amy started crying because she was so excited. Liam originally was like, we shouldn't get them. But then while we were there, he was like, okay, yeah, they're really cute. So we started with 8 chickens. I promise I have stitching to talk about. Sorry, not that much, but I have some. But let me tell you about this first, I guess. So yeah, we originally started with 8 chickens. We got only pullets, which is hens, you know, not roosters. So they were already sexed. You have to pay a little bit more for that. Straight run is like unsexed, so you could be getting a boy or a girl, a rooster or a hen. And I didn't want any roosters because we have neighbors so close. I don't want to, you know, cause any issues. So we paid a little extra for the sexed ones, and you can only get certain breeds that they had available right there, you know. So I got 4 Rhode Island Reds and 4 Easter eggers. Rhode Island Reds they lay brown eggs, and Easter eggers lay like a bluish, blue teal eggs, depending on the one. So that's cool. And then my husband, who was the one that didn't want chickens for 10 years, decided a little bit later that, and this was right after our New York trip, so we were talking about it, and he said, oh, you know, I want speckled Sussexes, which is another breed, and he was like, they are so docile and they'll like follow you around very easily. You can get other chickens to follow you around, not just them, of course, but you know, they're supposed to be so easy to tame and all that. I'm like, I mean, okay, I'll find you some if you want more chickens. Who am I to say no? So I found a place nearby within driving distance that had speckled Sussex pullets for sale. So we went there, and of course they had like a ton of other chickens. Like I could have gone chicken crazy. I don't know if you've ever heard of chicken math, you know, where it's like in the moment you're like, oh yeah, I would just get like 100 chickens, it's fine. We didn't get 100 chickens, but they had a 3 chick minimum. And so we got 2 speckled Sussexes. There was only about 4 of those chicks, that particular kind of chick left. But we got 2 of them. And then I was like, well, we need, you know, at least 1 more. Why don't we get 2 more Buff Orpingtons, which was a breed that I wanted to get because I've also heard they're very docile and, you know, sweet. So so we got 2 speckled Sussexes and 2 Buff Orpingtons. So now we have 12 chickens, not 8. And if you hear any cheeping, it's because they're across the room in their brooder right now. So, yeah, I don't know if you can hear them or not, but so that's been really exciting news for me. We probably won't get any eggs until mid to late August. And by then, you know, I wouldn't expect them to be laying for very long before winter, but still, it's pretty exciting. And yeah, that's my big news. So, what? Liam's still doing baseball, although his game this weekend got canceled because people got COVID on the team, or in the families, the coaches got COVID, unfortunately. So, anyway, yeah. I don't know what to say, but baseball's still a thing, gymnastics. School, we only have a couple weeks left, so we're kind of rounding out. We did something really cool today, where we extracted DNA from a strawberry, just like at our dining room table. I didn't know this was something that you could do, you know, with normal household things, but that was pretty cool because we were looking at forensic investigation and forensic science this week, just as a little, you know, extra thing we do besides our typical subjects. But yeah, we extracted DNA from a strawberry this morning, which was really interesting. And then we attempted to look at it under the microscope, but we don't have an electron microscope. We have just a regular lighted microscope. You can't see, you know, you can't see like the double helix or anything with that, but we did see a structure, which was cool. So anyway, okay, I promise I'm 10 minutes in. I haven't talked about stitching at all. Sorry, this is a channel about Flosstube in case you're new here, if you're still here. Okay, let me talk about stitching. I do have some to show, which is great. Unfortunately, not as much as I would hope, but you know, it's still something, so that's cool. My first order of business though is the giveaway winners from last video, Bloom Chalkful and She Peep. Neither of them have contacted me. So if you are Stitchy Things, you won She Peep. And if you are Tammy Vickery, you won Bloom Chalkful. So I'll have my email address in the description. I already commented on your comments from 2 videos ago. So if you want it, please email me. If I don't hear from you guys in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna redraw. So yeah. Okay, so last video, I had to re-film it, but I had spun my little whip wheel and it told me to spend 8 hours on Froth and Bubble and 8 hours, and then I respun and it told me 8 hours on Quaker quilts. Well, spoiler, I did not even touch Froth and Bubble because I've been very bad. And I did spend a couple hours on Quaker quilts, but not nearly 8 hours. So while there is some progress, I've started putting in the quilt. It's not 8 hours worth, and it is not as much as I wanted. I brought this with me to New York and then didn't stitch at all. So, you know, that's too bad. But I thought I had intentions of stitching in New York and completing the 8 hours, if not exceeding it. That didn't happen. I did read a book though, so that's cool. But anyway, that's not much to say about that. But this is with the called for NPI silks. This is Quaker Quilts. I didn't even like introduce this. Who am I? Quaker Quilts by Carriage House Samplings. Let me see if I can pull the cover photo out. And pretty sure this is on 36 count antique ivory by Zweigart. And I'm, like I said, the called for MPI. So I'm on this quilt here, but had very little done. But still some progress. Just, it is what it is. It's been really busy. And then sometimes by the time I get done doing everything that we're doing for that day, it's like I've been so tired that I don't even want to stitch, which is rare, but like, you know, usually even I'm tired I want to stitch, but it's been kind of weird. So I'm trying to ease back into it, not force myself to go crazy because I don't want to like turn myself off of stitching, you know? I don't know. Okay, so my next thing to show you guys is I did start 2 new projects for Maynia. With my last video, I discussed how I was thinking of doing 4 smalls for, you know, kind of seasonal or holiday related. And so I've started 2 so far. So then on Monday, I'll start another one. And then the following Monday, I'll start another one. And that'll be my Maynia. So it's not very crazy. It's not like 30 projects or anything like that. But it's a nice little manageable amount for me. So what I started first, the Monday, no, actually this one I started on Tuesday because I was getting you chickens the Monday. I started When This You See, Remember Me. This is Ex-Ghoul Friend by Lindy Stitches. And I started this one. And I put a decent amount of work into this. I could have gotten more done, but I also could have done less. So, you know, let me just move this so you can kind of see where I'm at. So this is on 36 count Light Mocha by Zweigart. I got the whole border done besides these outer flowers and almost 3 words. So I have to do these yellowish flowers all around, and obviously these words, these flowers, and then her face, which I'm saving for last because it's my favorite. Yeah. So that's that project. I am using all of the called for threads actually too. which for me is kind of rare because it's like some fancy floss and then also some DMC. And usually I would just buy the DMC conversion. But if you look at her face, it's so variegated and everything. I really wanted to at least do her face. And I was like, well, if I'm ordering that thread, I might as well order the other ones. So it's 6 DMC threads, and then 1 Gentle Arts thread and 5 Weeks Dye Works threads. So yeah, but I was really enjoying that project. But then it was time to start my other project this past week. And so this project that I started this past Monday is Summer Hill by Plum Street Samplers. And this is actually another pattern that I had won from that summer bundle giveaway from Liz from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. So the Bloom Chalkful was one. And then this is another one. And there's more too, but I am putting them to use. So I don't have a ton done. I mean, this is very stitch heavy as it is, but I don't have a ton done. It's been pretty busy this week. Liam got sick. Amy got sick the day we came home, or the day after we got home from New York. I think she could have picked up a virus or something from the Children's Museum, possibly. And then Liam got sick from her, and now actually I have a fever, which is coming back. I took ibuprofen this morning because I spent the night not sleeping very well because of the fever. But anyway, I took ibuprofen. You probably just heard that chicken. I need to take it again though. Anyway, so I haven't, that's the theme. I haven't been stitching as much as I want, but it's very stitch heavy, and this is actually pretty big. This is going to be like 5 by 7 actually. So there's that, but I'm using all DMC, which is all what's called for, and 36 count, again, light mocha. Yeah, that's what it's called, light mocha. So all I got done as I open it, oh gosh, let me move this thread, is the very bottom of the hill and these 2 flower outlines, which are in a different shade of green. So there's 3 more flowers inside the hill, and then I'm gonna my thought is I'm going to do the outlines of the flowers, perhaps the centers of the flowers, which are different colors, and then outline the dome of the hill and fill that in, and then move myself upwards. That's the plan, the vague plan, So yeah, that was my, patriotic summary start. Ex-ghoul friend I'm counting as Halloween because ghoul, even though it's not outright Halloween. And then next week, I'm going to show you guys, I think I have a sneeze coming. Excuse me, sorry. I hope you're not wearing headphones and that wasn't crazy loud in your ear. Okay, so next week, I did share this already, but like what I was planning on doing, but I actually have it all together now. So this is Thankful Every Day. It was a freebie from Heartstring Samplery Thanksgiving 2019. So this is, a Thanksgiving themed project. And I have all of the called for threads with the exception of Gentle Arts Apple Cider. I couldn't find that, so I just found the DMC conversion on a chart, which is 869. So all the called for fancy floss with the exception of that DMC 869. I haven't started this yet, as you can see, but here's all the threads, and this is the fabric I'm doing it on, which is 32 count lemon yellow linen by Zweigart. So that is my immediate plan. And then for my last Mania start, which I'll do the following week, is Holly by Not Forgotten Farm. And this is all called for the all called for DMC. Should have taken the fabric out already, sorry. Okay. And this is 36 count smoke blue linen by Zweigart. So I think it'll look cool on this color. Okay, let's see. And I think it'll look nice. Those colors will look good on that fabric, I think. Seems wintry to me, you know? I don't know. So those are my other Maynia plans and my Maynia progress. Yeah, and that's really all my stitching. But I do want to share some stitchy kindness that I got this past week as a super nice surprise. I do have a little bit of haul, and I'm going to spin my whip wheel on the off chance that I have more time to stitch this week or this past, next 2 weeks, hopefully. Okay, but let me first talk about stitchy kindness, because we came home the other day to such a nice surprise. Well, we checked the mailbox. I think it had come the day before, but it was Sunday. That's what and we had gotten a very sweet package from my sweet friend Heidi. Hi, Heidi. This is the postcard that was inside, and Heidi had sent Liam a pair of socks with windmills on them, which are up in the sock drawer. I didn't take them out. And Heidi also sent Amy a really pretty variegated thread. And me, there's a beautiful thread called Eggplant. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's slightly variegated. It's a little darker and lighter in some spots. It's really nice. And also these awesome scissors, which I've been using with this handmade scissor fob with a Dutch windmill on it. I just love it. So special and such a sweet surprise. There we go. I love that. I love it so much. So thank you so much, Heidi. And I've been having this on my fridge. So every time I walk by it, I think of you. But I also think of you every time I touch the scissors and see the thread. So that was just really sweet. Okay. So I did end up ordering some of the threads that I needed for ex-school friend and Thankful Everyday. I had most of the Thankful Everyday ones, but I needed a few. So, of course, when you order threads, sometimes you get a pattern too, right? Pattern or two. I got 2 patterns. So besides the threads for the Maynia starts, I also got Snort Stack by Plum Street Samplers. You may remember that I just finished Sheep Heap, which is right here. I still need to fully finish that. But I really wanted to do Snort Stack as well because I love those fat chubby piggies. Love them so much. So I did get that. And also in that order, this was kind of not as thought out, not as planned out, but I was like, oh, I want this too. This is Delivering the Coffee Beans by Homespun Elegance. And first of all, I love the sheep and the bird, and I love coffee. So I give it up coffee for a long time. Since November, I hadn't drank any coffee because, oh, can you see that red light reflection? That's because the chicken's lamp has a red light bulb. There's the word, a red light bulb. Okay, anyway. So that's the one, this is Delivering the Coffee Beans by Homespun Elegance. So yeah, I gave up coffee since November because I haven't been eating flour or sugar or anything. And usually I use coffee creamer. But now I'm able to drink coffee black and also, or just have a splash of milk in it and enjoy it, which before that would have been like torture. So I started drinking coffee again, which is very exciting. So that was kind of in honor of coffee that I'm reintroducing a little bit into my life. I was happy to get that. And then we went to, the day that we got the chickens, the first 8, we were at a community yard sale type thing. And this was for sale. I got this whole kit for $1. This is a Jan Lynn Needlecraft kit, God Bless America. And includes Ada and cotton floss and the chart and a needle and instructions. So yeah, I mean, it was totally worth $1. I really like it. I think it's cute. So maybe someday I'll get to that. And then my mom brought me this. It's a P. Buckley Moss Apple Girl chart. I don't know. I think she's pretty cute. So I got that also. And yeah, that's really all I have. I'm just gonna spin real quick to see, you know, just in case I have time. This does not include my Maynia starts. This is just my other starts that are bigger. So just so you know. Lily of the Woods, yay, okay. So if I have time, besides the Maynia starts, I'll work on that. If not, I won't. I'm just gonna try and give myself grace. So yeah, thanks for hanging out if you're still here. I know that was a lot more blabber than usual, less stitchy talk, but that's how life goes sometimes. I hope you're doing well. Keep stitching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.